Hi, YouTube. This is Dimitri Moore. I um I figured out the mystery of the universe, and this was so easy, and I had no idea that it was going to come to me so easily. But I was reading the Bible, the Holy Bible, and I think what we have done is forgotten the meaning of God. And that we have attributed God to a man who gave himself three names. And just declared that he was God and rebelled against the man and the woman. That, this is how I figured it out. One man could do nothing by himself, but declare himself God and command that everybody worship him. Now, one woman can do nothing by herself, but declare herself God. But when you put the male and the female that have declared themselves gods, when you bring them together and join them in marriage, then is life created. And so, and then through that male and the female conjoining together, taught their kids through education how life was created in the first place. And so, how everything was created was through a male and a female. So, there is a part of the universe. This is simple, easy to understand. It's not complicated. The male part of the universe couldn't do anything by itself. The female universe couldn't do anything by herself. Or the male and the female universe. So, they came together and therefore created the planets. And, the male and the female, they both have the same characteristics. But when you join them together, they form personalities and spirits. The soul. And the soul likes to explore, it likes to be different from the male and the female. So therefore created planets that were similar in, makeup, in the makeup of their, the atoms and all these different characteristics. They created different things, different, particles that came together to form different planets and trees and everything that we see. And so therefore, every planet has a male and a female side, because only a female and a male can make another product. So everything you see out there in the universe was created by a male and female. So, simple way of stating it is when a male and a female come together, they create life. And that is what we call God, the Creator. Them or they are the Creator. It's not one or the other, it's both combined is what created life. So explain to your children simply through education how life was created. And so the male and the female products, the universe came together, created the products that were both male and female. Those products came together to create other products that became planets, wormholes, black holes, the suns, the stars. They created everything you see, both male and female, could only join together to create life. So when a planet was formed, it was both male and female. Now, that male and female planet decided to share its knowledge through direct education, through DNA and RNA, and therefore created animals and human beings because it wanted to progress. It wanted to learn. It wanted to, it was very curious. It wanted to see what it could create. And the more diverse, the better. So, the planet mixed its DNA together, and an animal came out of the oceans. Dust to dust shall all things be formed, mixed together, and create. So the male and the female planets, the planet made out of two similar parts, they came together, they shared their essence, and created animals, which formed those animals' essence, formed different variations. The planet essence mixed with the carbon molecules that supposedly make life. They came together to form the perfect representation of their true self. And the planet, from her essence, from him and her joining together to form one planet, created the male and the female that could create life of all varieties, all sorts, all different personalities, all the different souls, all the different kinds of life, just because the male and the female on their own could not do anything. So they decided to join together and create an essence. Therefore, through education, through the sharing of DNA and RNA, they joined together and made themselves all different kinds and variations of its will. And so, what I say is a male and a female created everything. So, it's very easy, and it's so simple. And, I understand that the Bible has some truths in it, and that the Bible might have some good things to say. But it was one man that just decided to call himself God and became the creator. You know, it wasn't he. It wasn't she. It was them that came together. That was the act of creation. That is what created everything that you see. So there's not, I asked this myself and everyone else in the world today. I asked, what can one man do himself? Well, he can give himself 3 names and call himself God and rebel against the man and the woman together. Now, what can one female do? She can give herself 3 names and call herself God and rebel against the man and the woman conjoined in marriage to create the offspring of everything there is today. So, I know this is a repeat of many of the things. I just wanted to make this video and tell you the simplicity of how things were created. There was a female universe that couldn't do anything by herself, right? And then there was a male part of the universe. And he couldn't do anything himself. So they decided to get married and created a soul. Okay? And that soul created everything else. So a soul is created through a male and a female copulation that created everything else that you see. That is life. That is God. So in essence, what I am saying to you is the act of creation was caused by male and female. They became God. Okay? The male and the female became God. And they created everything else. And so, this is how I explain it. They became them. They separately. Each was separate. Then they became they. And then they became them. And then them became us. That is the act and the art of creation. So God is essence, is a man and a woman creating life. So that's what has got me so excited. It's not us against them or them against us. It is one man that decided, you know what, I'm going to become God. And I'm going to declare that these people should worship me, or I'm going to punish them and burn them in fire. That does not sound like a good God to me. That doesn't sound like a God at all. That sounds like the devil to me. That sounds like Satan to me. He rebelled against the man and the woman, the male and the female. He decided to rebel, and so did she, the whore of Babylon. Because with them separate, nothing is created. Everything is destroyed. Nothing is ever created. And that's That is what's dividing us now through the gay and lesbian culture, is they are separating God. They are ripping God apart. The act of creation, they are trying to rip that apart. And a male and a female, a single male and a female, created us as they joined together. So as long as we use capitalism, we are separating ourselves from what became us in the first place. Capitalism separates the male and the female coming together in the act of creating life. So a male can do nothing on his own. A female cannot do anything on its own. The kids, the babies can't do anything on their own. They are taught through education that a male and a female has to come together voluntarily to create life. A man and a woman cannot be forced on each other, or else one will kill the other. If someone is forced together, they will eventually kill each other off. Because it wasn't voluntary, it was forced. So the offspring knows only division. Now, what's exciting is, through fusion, the male and the female particles, they come together to create all this energy. And if you look at the sun, that's what it is. It's male and female particles coming together to create the stars. It's life particles, which you call carbon. There's male carbon and female carbon. They have to voluntarily come together, or they will destroy each other. And that's just like the human race. We had divided ourselves up so much that we are actually destroying life instead of making life. So I just wanted to say that us collectively, we are God because we decided to come together and create life. And that is how we were created, specifically for that very purpose. So I want you to be encouraged. I want you to stop putting things in your life that separate you from that voluntary cohesion. Because as long as you believe in only yourself, you cannot create life. Because they became them that became us. So throughout all those steps, we became everything that we see today. Because through education have we taught our children. And the Bible is trying to tell us, but we have forgotten that a man cannot create another man, that a woman cannot create another woman. Only them coming together can they make man and woman. So without the seed of life, the universe will destroy itself. because it has learned from us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. It has learned from us how to destroy itself. So as long as we stay separated from that voluntary cohesion, where we destroy ourselves, everything we have created will destroy itself as well. And then we'll become nothing. We were brought to this life as a male and a female, voluntarily cohesing with each other and creating the seed of life. So that is my gem. And I want you to explain it to your kids. Because when you explain that to your kids, to your children, to your babies, they will stop crying. They're scared because they need us to live. Can a baby live on its own? Can it feed itself? Can it gather food for itself? Can it collect water for itself? Can it collect sustenance for itself? No, it's screaming to us. Every human being on this planet to come together and create the life that it so craves, that I want so bad. And capitalism has come in, and it's just, I don't need to explain it to you people. I don't need to explain what capitalism has done. I don't need to. You should be smart enough to figure it out. So on that note, I'm going to end this video. Bye.